Good day, esteemed viewers. I'm honored to guide you through today's topic: Japanese customs and culture that surprise foreigners. As Japanese, we often take our customs for granted, but they can be sources of wonder for visitors. Today, we'll explore 5 aspects of our culture that particularly fascinate foreigners. Let's begin with omotenashi, our art of hospitality. This goes beyond mere service, it's a philosophy of selfless care. Remember your experiences in ryokans, where your every need was anticipated? Or perhaps your first overseas trip, where you noticed the stark difference in service. I recall my first business trip to New York in my 30s. The hotel staff were professional, but something was missing, that warmth and attentiveness we're accustomed to in Japan. It made me truly appreciate our omotenashi culture. Omotenashi is rooted in kikubari, the art of being attentive. It's about anticipating needs without expecting recognition. This extends beyond customer service to our behavior in public spaces, keeping quiet on trains or queuing orderly. For foreigners, this level of consideration can be revelatory. Next, let's discuss onsen, our hot spring culture. While commonplace for us, it's a unique experience for foreigners. Soaking in an outdoor bath under the stars, what could be more relaxing? I remember a memorable onsen trip in my youth, enjoying a snow-viewing bath. The contrast of warm water and snowy landscape was indescribable. For foreigners, the idea of communal bathing can be shocking at first, but many come to love it once they experience it. Our onsen etiquette, washing before entering, the quiet atmosphere, adds depth to this cultural practice. It's not just about bathing, it's a ritual of relaxation and rejuvenation. Third, let's talk about hanami, our cherry blossom viewing tradition. The sight of people picnicking under blooming cherry trees is a quintessential Japanese spring scene that captivates foreigners. In my younger days, I enjoyed many hanami parties with colleagues, reveling late into the night. Hanami isn't just about appreciating beauty. It reflects our reverence for nature and awareness of life's transience. The brief, brilliant bloom of cherry blossoms has long been a metaphor for the fleeting nature of life itself. Fourth, we have washoku etiquette. Our dining customs, from using chopsticks to the way we hold our bowls, intrigue foreigners. The complexities of chopstick etiquette, not stabbing food or passing it between chopsticks, often surprise our foreign guests. Our custom of saying, "Itadakimasu" before eating, and "Gokusu-sama" after reflects our gratitude for the meal. It shows how we view eating not just as sustenance, but as a ritual. Have you had the chance to explain these customs to foreign guests? It's an opportunity to appreciate the depth of our food culture anew. Lastly, let's consider our New Year traditions. Hatsumo, the first shrine visit, eating oseki ryori with family. These customs embody the Japanese spirit of renewal and family bonds. I fondly remember childhood New Year's, visiting the local shrine with my family, and then enjoying oseki. My father would explain the meaning behind each dish, a lesson in culture and tradition. These practices reflect our cyclical view of time and the importance we place on family gatherings. How do foreigners perceive these customs? Many praise omotenashi as the most attentive service they've experienced. Onsen culture is often described as deeply relaxing. Hanami is admired for its beauty and social aspect. While washoku etiquette can seem complex, many find it intriguing. Our New Year traditions are often appreciated for their focus on family and renewal. These 5 aspects of our culture, omotenashi, onsen, hanami, washoku, etiquette, and New Year celebrations, are the crystallization of Japanese wisdom and spirit. They've been passed down through generations, and now it's our turn to preserve and transmit them. As we reflect on these traditions, consider your own experiences. Have you hosted foreign guests and explained these customs? Or perhaps you've traveled abroad and gained a new appreciation for our culture through contrasts? I remember hosting foreign clients in my working years. Explaining our customs made me realize both their uniqueness and their universal appeal. Seeing our guests wonder at Japanese culture renewed my own pride in our heritage. Please share your experiences in the comments. Your stories can help convey the beauty of Japanese culture to younger generations. It's through our collective memories and insights that we can ensure these traditions continue to thrive. Preserving these customs requires our conscious effort. In our daily lives, let's consider the meaning behind these practices and actively engage in them. By doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also ensure that future generations can experience the depth and beauty of Japanese culture. In our next video, we'll explore Japanese food culture, the global appeal of washoku. We'll delve into memorable dishes and aspects of Japanese cuisine that you might want to share with the world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I look forward to our next cultural journey together. Until then, thank you and goodbye. This script is approximately 3,000 characters long, tailored for male viewers in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. It covers the 5 cultural aspects in a nostalgic and reflective tone, encouraging viewers to consider their own experiences and the importance of cultural preservation. Certainly. Here's a continuation of the script, maintaining the style and tone. Now that we've explored these fascinating aspects of Japanese culture, I'd like to delve a bit deeper into how these traditions have evolved over time, and why it's crucial for us to preserve them. Take omotenashi, for instance. In our rapidly changing world, with the rise of automation and digital services, one might wonder if this personalized approach to hospitality is still relevant. But I argue that it's more important than ever. In an age where human interaction is becoming increasingly rare, the warmth and attentiveness of omotenashi stand out even more. It's not just about service, it's about human connection. I remember a conversation I had with a young hotel worker recently. He was concerned that robots might replace human staff in the future. I told him that while technology can assist us, it can never replicate the heart of omotenashi. The intuition to anticipate a guest's needs, the ability to read subtle cues, these are uniquely human skills that we must continue to value and cultivate. Moving on to onsen culture. It's interesting to note how it's adapted to modern times. Many of you might remember when mixed-gender bathing was more common. While that's rare now, the essence of onsen, relaxation, healing, and communal bonding remains unchanged. In fact, with the stresses of modern life, onsen are more valuable than ever as places of respite and rejuvenation. Hanami too has seen changes. In our youth, company hanami parties were grand affairs, sometimes lasting late into the night. While such extravagant gatherings are less common now, the core of hanami, appreciating nature's beauty and enjoying time with others, endures. I've noticed more families and small groups enjoying quieter hanami picnics. It's a reminder that traditions can adapt while retaining their essence. Regarding washoku etiquette, it's heartening to see a renewed interest in traditional Japanese cuisine, both domestically and internationally. UNESCO's recognition of washoku as an intangible cultural heritage in 2013 was a proud moment for Japan. But more than international acclaim, what matters is how we pass these traditions to the next generation. I worry sometimes when I see young people unfamiliar with basic washoku etiquette. It's up to us to teach them not as rigid rules, but as part of our cultural heritage. When you next dine with younger family members, why not share stories about the meals of your youth? Explain the significance of seasonal ingredients or the proper way to handle chopsticks. These small lessons can spark a lifelong appreciation for our food culture. Lastly, our New Year traditions. In this age of global connectivity, it might seem old-fashioned to some to follow these annual rituals. But I believe they are more important than ever. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, these traditions provide a sense of continuity and connection to our roots. I'd like to share a personal story. A few years ago, my grandson, then a teenager, was reluctant to join our family's Hatsumo visit. He saw it as an outdated custom. Instead of forcing him, I shared stories of my own childhood New Year celebrations. The excitement of wearing new clothes. The joy of family gatherings, the sense of renewal the holiday brought. To my surprise, he listened intently and decided to join us. Afterwards, he admitted he felt a connection to something larger than himself. It was a powerful reminder of how sharing our experiences can bridge generational gaps. As we look to the future, it's clear that preserving these traditions isn't about rigid adherence to the past, it's about understanding their core values and finding ways to make them relevant in contemporary life. It's our responsibility, as keepers of these cultural treasures, to ensure they're not just preserved in museums or books, but lived and breathed by future generations. I encourage all of you to become active participants in this cultural preservation. Share your stories, not just here in the comments, but with your children, grandchildren, and young people in your community. Invite them to experience these traditions firsthand. Your lived experiences are invaluable in bringing these customs